Hi, so in this video, more than discussing the benefits of outsourcing, I want to talk on how to do it right, because for the benefits, hopefully by looking at this graph and the difference in salaries between the US and the rest of the world, and here being 3, 5, 4, 5 times higher, that speaks by itself. However, to really leverage, take advantage of that difference, then you need to take into account these 4 keys that we boil it down to 4 areas that we've noticed after working with other companies that have outsourced or tried to outsource before. Key area number 1 is having the right mindset. Outsourcing is going to be outside of a lot of people's comfort zone. It implies change. So as a leader of the initiative, you need to do everything to make it work, and you need to align everybody to make it work. There are a couple of things you can leverage. One is the right technologies, video conferencing tools like Zoom, communication platforms like Slack, project management platforms. Google, for example, has everything integrated into the G Suite. Whatever you select, you want to make sure you're leveraging these type of tools. And also, it's going to probably imply stepping up your management game in terms of having clear expectations and definitions of roles, processes, and sometimes deliverables. Key number 2 is not falling into the tourist trap. You probably notice this is not the best way to travel, and this is much more preferable. My man Anthony Bourdain, what we've noticed when US companies try to outsource is they want to play it safe, and they end up hiring a lot of middlemen. You have a company helping you with recruiting, another one helping you with legal matters, and you have a consultant to find an office space, and before you realize, you ate up all of your margins, and instead of having cost savings from, let's say, 50%, you went down to 10, 15, 20%, and at that point, is it really worth it to go through all of the effort? So you wanna go with somebody that's local and that can take care of all of these things for you in the destination that you select, which brings me to the third point. Is actually selecting the right destination. Most importantly, don't go to India or Asia for that matter. That used to be a common practice 20, 30 years ago. Is still common today. However, back then, it was the only viable alternative. Let's say it was the most developed country of the third world. Now that's no longer the case, and there are alternatives here that have less barriers in terms of time zone, in terms of language, and cultural similarities or the lack thereof. Even when considering alternatives in Latin America, you want to make sure that it's close to the US, ideally one flight away, one direct flight away. So when you have to visit your office outside of the US, or when you're bringing the team to your US office, which is important to, for cultural reasons, that's easy to do. Also, obviously, talent availability and cost. One place that we like a lot is Mexico City, Mexico in general, but Mexico City is one direct flight from basically all of the major cities in the US. It has a lot of talent available, and culturally it's great, right? It's no coincidence that there are 1.5 million Americans living in Mexico. If we compare it, with the major US cities, you'll see that it would fit in the top 10. So, for example, we chose Mexico City as a place to have our back office, and we like it, and we recommend it in most cases. And finally, it's starting small. When you work with an outsourcing firm, they're gonna try to get you to do 10 positions at once, or the entire department at once. You need to follow your own agenda. Outsourcing has already enough barriers, so you don't want to go faster than you need to, or that you feel comfortable with. So start with one position, make it work, use it as a pilot project, or maybe a couple, and then grow it from there. That's what we've seen tend to work best, and it's easier to get people on board with within the organization. So those are the 4 key areas. Hopefully that will help you, and the video in and itself have been helpful. But if you need to hop on a call, we're more than happy to do so. Discuss the roles that you have in mind, give you an idea of the cost or the range depending on the seniority that could mean when you outsource those positions, and really go over any. Well, we can show you some profiles of some resumes of people for those positions, and really answer any other questions that you might have about whatever it might be related to outsourcing. So good luck in your journey, and we're definitely here to help you with anything we can.